breaking down the US-China trade war's latest twist. How America tried, and failed, to pull Southeast Asia into its economic orbit. We're talking fresh deals with Malaysia and Cambodia that look like a win for Washington. But are they? Spoiler, nations like Malaysia are playing both sides like chess masters. If you're into geopolitics, supply chains, or why your next gadget might cost more, hit that like button, subscribe for more global breakdowns, and let's dive in. This is the story of incentives over ink, and why middle powers are still calling the shots. First, the big picture. The US-China trade war. It's not over, it's evolved. After the Trump-Xi truce last year, the battlefield shifted to Southeast Asia, a hotspot for semiconductors, electronics, and those game-changing rare earth minerals. Why? China controls 80% of global rare earths, key for EVs, phones, and green tech, while the US dominates export markets and the dollar. Enter stage left. America's push for a geoeconomic gang to counter Beijing. Fact check. In late October 2025, during the ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur, President Trump inked reciprocal trade agreements with Malaysia and Cambodia. 93443A for AEBC1. These deals cover about 68% of US-ASEAN trade. That's $475 billion worth of goods, 719,012 on paper. It's a coup. Lower tariffs for U.S. exports, commitments on digital trade, IP protection, and, crucially, alignment on national security issues like export controls and investment screening. 58301C11 to 9A3. But here's the reality. Signed paper doesn't bind nations. Countries prioritize access to markets, minerals, and tech, not blind loyalty.
The Malaysia deal, officially known as the Agreement on Reciprocal Trade, was signed on October 26, 2025. Key points include tariffs. The U.S. maintains a 19% reciprocal tariff on most Malaysian imports, reduced from a potential 25% increase. However, it eliminates tariffs on certain goods like chemicals, machinery, and meat. In contrast, Malaysia has agreed to cut tariffs on all U.S. industrial and agricultural products, facilitating American exports. Coercive clauses. Article 5.1 mandates Malaysia to align with U.S. import restrictions, export controls, and sanctions against nations viewed as national security threats, specifically targeting countries like China and Russia. There is no independent dispute panel. Instead, any disagreements will be addressed through consultations. If Malaysia does not comply, tariffs could be reinstated through Executive Order 14,257. Critics argue this arrangement resembles neocolonialism, as it compels Malaysia to mirror U.S. bans and recognize U.S. food safety standards. Reasons for Malaysia's agreement. The U.S. is Malaysia's second largest export market, accounting for over $50 billion annually, primarily in semiconductors and electronics. Without this deal, 1.1 million jobs across 7,700 firms could have been threatened by the full 25% tariffs. Trade Minister Tengku Zafrul Aziz described the agreement as a calculated risk, emphasizing that Malaysia would prioritize its interests and operate under its own laws. In case of disagreements, he noted there would be consequences, but Malaysia would still have the opportunity to voice its perspective. Similarly, Cambodia's deal reflects these terms, maintaining a 19% U.S. tariff while granting full access for U.S. exports and requiring cooperation against third countries on export controls. However, Cambodia's economic ties with China complicate the situation, making a complete separation unlikely.
All right, let's break it down and crank up the drama to 11. Here's the mic drop truth bomb. Folks, the US has this absolutely capricious export market and a dollar that's barely hanging on. And China? Oh, they've got the rare earths, a treasure trove of green tech infrastructure, and a mountain of cash for massive projects. You can't toss either of these players aside. They're both essential. Zafrel hit the nail on the head when he said, "We signed this US deal on Sunday. Then, bam. On Monday, we inked a deal with China." Can you believe that? And let's talk facts. That Monday was the monumental ASEAN-China FTA 3.0 upgrade on October 27th. This isn't just some small potatoes deal. It's a colossal boost for digital, green, and pharma trade across the entire bloc. We're talking about covering a whopping 30% of global GDP through our CEP, giving Malaysia a golden ticket into China's market without the typical US-style strings attached. But hold the phone, what's the backlash at home? It's huge. Former PM Mahathir is out here saying it's like handing over independence, while the opposition is screaming about a loss of sovereignty. Zafrel didn't just roll over, he shot back with, "This is the best case scenario in a world where tariffs are like a gun to our heads. Parliament's set to review this next week, so keep your eyes peeled." Folks, bottom line, the era of being forced into economic servitude, over. Agile middle powers like Malaysia are now holding all the cards, betting on super nimble supply chains and dual alliances. The US is clawing for a foothold, China's keeping the minerals flowing, and Asia, they're playing the damn field. So, what's your take, smart hedge or a total sovereignty sellout? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. If this breakdown cleared the fog for you, smash that like button, share it with your crew, and subscribe for weekly deep dives into the wild world of trade wars and power plays. Don't forget to turn on those notifications. Next up, we're diving into how Vietnam is dodging the same trap. Thanks for tuning in. Stay informed, stay ahead. Peace out.